Hello and welcome to Introduction to Operating Systems. In this video, I'm going to show you how to get started and navigate this course. So when you enter the course, you're going to be on the course homepage. And the course homepage is broken down with the banner across the top with the name of the course. Going down the left-hand side, you've got a digital visual table of contents, which shows you the modules in the course. And over on the right-hand side, you have announcements, okay? I will communicate with you through announcements, and your announcements should be going to your T-Wolves email as well, okay? Also, at the bottom of your visual table of contents, there is an Ask a Question area where you can go in and post a question in the discussion, and you can answer each other's questions, or, if you want to, or I can answer your questions, okay? Also down near the bottom, you will see a calendar, and I've tried to make sure everything that you're going to be doing assignment-wise is available in the calendar. And the calendar, you can actually click on an assignment here, and it will go in and open that assignment, okay? But just in case I've missed something, it's very important for you to still go into the modules and read through what you need to do, okay? Now, at this point, we're going to go into the Welcome and Start Here section. Okay, and at this point, you've already gone into this because this video is going to be on the bottom of your Start Here, and it's going to be a video on the bottom of this first page. Okay, so when you go into a page in Brightspace, when the page opens, you'll be able to read it on the screen. And to move around from page to page, okay, you can either use the breadcrumb trail at the top to go back to a previous page, or you can use the arrows in the upper right-hand corner to advance or go back through pages. Now, if you go through, so this one here, this section has 3 pages to it, okay? So if I go on to the next page in here, you're going to learn a little bit about me, okay? And in the first module, you're going to be introducing yourself to the class. But this gives you a little bit of information about me, how to contact me, how to schedule an appointment, and communication expectations as well, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and go to the 3rd page in this section, in this module. Okay, and it tells you what you need to do to get started in this course and gives you a little bit of navigation tips, which hopefully this video will help you out. It also talks about pay attention and look for extra credits. So there are certain things that you can do in the course to gain some extra credit points to be added to the end of your course. Okay, so now if I hit next, it's going to automatically move me into the next module in the course, okay? Now, this would be the same thing as going back to the course home and picking the course information module, or you can also go to the content area and pick a specific module as well, just like you see here, okay? So the course information is where I've given you some information, the syllabus, the schedule. Very important to read those, make sure you understand them. Ask any questions if you want in the Ask the Question area. Then as you go through and you finish up with what's in the course information, then you can move on to Module 1. Okay? Every module in this course has an overview, which tells you what I expect you to do in the module, and it talks about what student learning outcome we're going to be covering in that particular module. So you're going to be able to go through the academic integrity. There's always going to be a quiz, a discussion, and an assignment in every single one of these modules. And I've tried to go in and give you examples and give you instructions on how to submit assignments. Okay, so every module is pretty much laid out the same way. Also in here, there is a module for campus resources and help. And this is where you're going to get help with an online learning course, OIT help, Brightspace help. If you have Brightspace questions, especially when the college is closed and the nights and the weekends, you can ask a question from them. You can call them, or you can actually submit a ticket as well. And then we have some resources for Brightspace training for students, and then some information about, are you ready for an online course? Okay. Now, also across the top of your screen, like I said, the course homepage is where we started. Okay. The content, it takes a minute for this to load. Okay, so that's where you could see the visual table of contents, and you'll see the different modules to get into them. Okay, so you can click on any one of the modules to get in to get started. Then in the content area, it basically lays out all the content, and you can click on anything over on the left-hand menu here and jump into a module that way. Okay, now you also have your grades at the top. Okay, and in the class grades, this is where you're going to be able to go in and see how you're doing when you submit assignments, things like that. Okay, so check that often. Make sure you know what you've submitted, what you still need to submit. Okay, and some of these other tools, depending on what role you have, will be depending on what you see when you go in here. So you can go directly under course tools, you can go directly to announcements, you can go to assessments, awards. I don't use any awards in here, and I don't use any checklists in this course, but you can go to discussions, quizzes. You can look at the roster and see if you see anybody in there. The class progress is where you can go in and see what you've done so far in the course. So right now I'm in here as a student myself, and I haven't done anything, so it's not showing any progress. Virtual classroom, I'm not planning on using the virtual classroom unless somebody wants to meet with me. So we can set something up if we want to join the virtual classroom. And underneath Brightspace Resources, again, you've got information about an essentials as a learner. Here are the Pulse app, the app that goes with Brightspace that you can load onto your phone or other handheld device. This obviously is not for you as a student, but there is a page on our website that you can get in and get more Brightspace help. Here's the online SUNY help desk again, if you want to call them on nights and weekends. And then there's a section in here for check your system. So those are all the tabs going across the nav bar on the top of your screen. Okay. Now, one thing I want you to be aware of, if I send you an email through the course, the email will go out to your T-Wolves email account, but you can't respond to it there. But if you see, like right now, it's showing me that I have an email at this point. See how I have that little orange dot? If I click on that, I can go into my email here, and I can review any messages that I have from any one of my courses. I can respond to them from in here. So you can read them in your T-Wolves, but you can't respond to them from your T-Wolves. Okay? If you're going to email me from the T-Wolves, then you'll have to start a brand new message and then go from there. So you can actually go in and look at all your messages in here. Okay? You can see your messages here, and you can click on any message you have in there. And this bar here is where the message is going to display under. And sometimes this is way down, so when you click on this, you might not realize that it is displaying the message. Okay, so if you want to, you can reply. You could delete it. You could say that you read it. So that's how you would use the mail option inside of Brightspace. Okay, so this should be enough to get you started in the course. If you have any questions, like I said, you can go into the Ask a Question area and post a discussion question. If you have any questions throughout the course, please feel free to reach out to me. And hopefully, we can make this a good experience for you and for me. So good luck, and go ahead and get started in the course.